guys, it is 2 p.m. on a Saturday and I just got done releasing a new vlog. Okay. No, you see, I'm right. I know my cats. Now, I am home alone with my kitties. My boyfriend, he is at his place, but we know that any minute now, we're gonna get a text from our realtor. We're gonna arrange a group phone call, and I think we're going to discuss formulating an offer that we are going to place on an impossible home. I have seen a lot of homes. I mean, I was looking at homes before I even had a realtor. I was going while my boyfriend was at work and like telling him to place an offer on a home that he never even saw for himself. And the majority of them were all tear downs. I was just like, well, we can make it work. But now it's different. I've decided to let my boyfriend in on the process, especially because he comes with the pre-approval and you know, that's pretty sexy. So together we are shopping around. I had told you guys we were looking at one more home and then we were gonna take a pause. This one more home, I'm gonna call it Chicago. The outside shell is so nice, but the inside is trash. Like it's literal squalor. But the only issue might be the fact that my boyfriend hates it.
Oh no!
I just felt like you guys wanted to know. So we did the call to create a bid. And so we're doing that. And not only are we doing that, we're now going to tour 2 more homes tomorrow. One of them is so ugly, it's cute, and it's in a terrible area, but it's technically still out of our budget, but we think that they're gonna compromise a little more. And then also too, like I linked our realtor to a $500,000 home, which to me, it's not $500,000. Like they're really putting hard value on the location and the fact that it's hardwood floors. That's not the expectation anymore. You know, I want luxury vinyl. So like nobody else cares about these hardwood floors, but I kind of care. I kind of like that. It's literally the home that I talked about that's been on the market 137 days. Come on, I'm right here and I'm ready to lowball you over 100 grand. So yeah, I mean, I think our realtor thinks we're fine, but after me suggesting that home, she might have thought I was a little delulu. I know better to not tour the home and to fall in love with it. Like it's a waste of time, but I told her to talk to the agent and it was so funny. She's like, to say what exactly? And I'm like, well, you know, like, are they desperate? They've had no offers. Were they willing to go low to, you know, match the comps in the area? I think it's a $380,000 home and I'm willing to offer them a good $320,000 for it. So I think I'm done filming for now. I was filming for my Patreon just to give you a sneak peek. Me on this luscious mat with this bright ring light. Ooh. I have a little confession to share with you. Something like about this particular home we are looking at. It does make me neighbors with my arch nemesis. I have an arch nemesis. You know, I have a few enemies. I really do. I've had fallouts with friends that have been very bad. And honestly, as I've matured and I've looked back on it, I don't regret them. I'm sorry. A lot of them were bad people. Like I did not want to be friends with them. It had to happen. And I'm sad that it kind of like crashed and burned rather than being a little bit better for me to set boundaries and walk away, like without as much drama. Like I'll critique myself there. Anyway, this is not an expose about me. This is about her that we're gonna call Bumpy because that's really cute. Bumpy was my childhood friend. We met in 1st grade and our parents would arrange these play dates. So we were just friends individually. And then with time, we actually became like a friend group. So of course we were doing a lot of group activities, but we'd hang out individually. We'd have the sleepovers. So by high school, like our lives are pretty like intertwined. But the weirdest thing is like there were certain traits that she had in 1st grade that she never grew out of. So like firstly, she was a pathological liar to a point where like it was weird stuff. And I actually made a video on it. She would lie to me, to Olivia, to teachers, to my mom, to her parents. Like, and sometimes they were just like really stupid white lies that made no sense. She was stubborn. So like, of course she was going to die on that hill and like just lie to your face and insist that it's true. But honestly, like like, I think there was something psychologically wrong there, like to a point where she'd lie so much, she'd start to believe her own lies. And then the other thing was the fact that she was so mean to her mom. Her mom is really sweet. So when I use the words like timid, meek and mild, and shy, like those are still like really sweet qualities about her. And my friend Bumpy would just bulldoze her and embarrass her and belittle her in front of me, in front of her family. Like, I think the dad kind of just had like a bulldozing personality, but when it came to like being mean to her, it was like this competition between Bumpy and her older sister. Like, it was weird. Like, it was gross, honestly. It makes people uncomfortable. So senior year of high school comes, and you kind of know, like, there's certain people that mentally check out, and a lot of times they'll mentally check out of friendships. I will say that I feel like I was doing that, but so was she, and it was just this weird, uncomfortable, not even tension. It was like there was just nothing there. But, you know, we still pretended to be really good friends, and I was still trying my best. So I had this one guy friend that I lifeguarded with, and I will say, like, I never really ended up liking him like he liked me, but I think that's okay, because honestly, he was texting me when he was also texting this other girl who was considered my lookalike. He must have just liked the idea of me. Not me as a person, but like the physicalness of me. Like, he liked what he saw, and that was good. Like, I don't know. And therefore he liked my clone. Like, it was fine. Luckily I wasn't upset, because I just didn't like him back. So he went to an all boys school, and he was kind of shy. So he really didn't have a lot of access to girls. So he was totally about coming to my Sweet 16 party. But at that time, I do think he still kind of liked me. And at the time, Bumpy had such mean things to say about him. He was weird. He was ugly. I think she said he was creepy at one point. I'm not for sure. She had mean things to say. And she's like, I wouldn't like him. Blah, 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 blah. Her negativity didn't ruin my party. It was a great time. It was summer. But then school starts up, and that's when you have the school dances. I was always impressed with myself, the fact that I was not popular, but I still managed to get asked to every school dance. But her, not so much. I do think that I was pretty easy to ask. I was like pretty open and friendly. Bumpy over there was like jaded and like cranky pants. I just don't think she was really doing herself any favors. So that is when I set up that boy with her, and then they start making out, and they've been together ever since. Yeah, and it's a little sad, because like he is very nice, and I would say more social, but I have no idea if his little wings have been set free to be a social butterfly like he is. But her, not so much. Her best and only friend is him. Like, she deleted all of her social media, so you cannot find her. Don't try. I have bumped into her like twice, and her guy can acknowledge me and like look me in the face and tell me hello, and she pretends I'm not there. Like, she physically won't look at me. It's bizarre. I think she thinks she's pretending she's cool and she's busy, but like, it's really effing weird to run into someone, like physically be in front of them, and they're like pretending to like continue a story they're talking about and playing with their hair and looking at this. Like, it's embarrassing for her, like not for me. It's been over 10 years. So when we did look at the house, that was the second time we ran into them, and it was so weird, because like she like pretended to tie her shoe on the lawn, and she's just like looking everywhere else, and I'm like this far away from her, and then she continues on. Then she pretends like to daydream like across the street and looks at me. Like, it's weird. Okay, so there's the story. And like, I guess it's all to be continued if we get this house or not. Sometimes you forget how big your pool is until a remodel happens. This actually looks really bad, okay? So it hasn't been plastered yet. But of course, like, they knew that they were going to replaster the pool. However, usually you don't have to go this deep unless like the underlayer is that botched. Like, it was totally ruined. Today is Drew's childhood best friend's wedding. Actually, they're high school sweethearts, so my boyfriend knows both of them. I love this couple because like they're so nice, but they're also really fun to hang out with. So I am so excited for them and for today. so much fun. We slept in, so we kind of have a late start, but then I realized in my bag I had no clothes for today. And then all of a sudden, Drew wants to go and grab some food someplace at a sit down. This is what I'm wearing. With these shoes, looking like a sim. I will say I bum it up a lot around him because, like, you know, I can. But this is actually making me embarrassed.